But man, like, how do you go against the GOAT, against Tom, who's leading the league in passing, leading the league in passing touchdowns, and he's 44 years old.
That's nuts, man.
Uh, Before I pick this game, I just want to ask you: can you see anybody in the next 15 years even getting close to any of these Brady records?
Yeah, I could see Mahomes only because 15 years is a long time, man. Modern medicine, modern drugs. It's up to the player, though. Like, Mahomes has to commit to football like Brady did. Literally, Brady built his whole life around football as far as diet, exercise, off season, everything. If Mahomes does that, then I could see Mahomes matching him. But it's going to take somebody who's as dedicated to football as Brady was, which is going to be a lot harder than the actual talent part.
I completely agree because Brady's on a whole nother level of how he prepares himself with his body, his diet,
Yeah,
um, like his work ethic, and like his arm strength is stronger now than
it was
back
then.
in 2003. Like I remember watching him in 2003, and he couldn't make the throws that he's making.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. So who you got?
I'm gonna. Uh,
It's tough, man. It's a tough game.
I'll take. I'll take the Bucks to show up.
I I also would take the Bucks to show up, but I think this could be a 3 point game, and I could see the Colts winning this game.
Yeah,
So I would buy a point and a half
yeah, on the
to
spread
make
for
it,
sure.
yeah, for the Colts, and I would go with the Colts on the spread.
So I'll take the Bucks on the spread, so we'll differ there. But here's the thing, right? Yeah, I'll pick Tampa Bay to win this only because Tampa Bay's done it. Brady's done it. He's proven. Wentz and the Colts, we don't know yet, but this is your
Yeah,
moment, right? If you come out and you beat the Buccaneers and you're at
you're for
home,
real.
yeah, like you're on
Yeah,
the radar, man.
yeah, you're at home. You have momentum, and they've played some good teams pretty well. They should have beat Baltimore. You and I both saw that game
Yeah,
where they gave up a 17 point lead or 24 point lead. Um, they've beaten some tough teams, so they destroyed Buffalo.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
and they almost beat the Titans. So
Yeah, for real. I had a question for you. Do you think Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl contender?
yes,
Yeah.
that's not even a question. But
Like
do I think
it,
they could beat Arizona or the Rams? That's going to be a lot harder than it was for them last year, but they could still do it, man. Like, there's a difference between regular season Brady and playoff Brady. So
Yep. Yep. What I agree with that. What I would want to see from Tampa Bay if they want to repeat as Super Bowl champions, I want them to establish the run a little bit more than they have been, and because Brady's great on play action, and if you can get that balance, he's going to torch you with all those weapons he has
yeah,
at the wide receiver court.
they have been trying to run the ball a lot more lately, though. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah. But like they've struggled all year compared to the end of the year last year where they had that run.
Yeah,
They
that's where
had really good
Fournette turned it
balance.
on, though.
Yeah, and Jones had a
Yeah,
good he had a big playoff game. He had some big games at the end of the season, but like Ronald Jones has been like in the doghouse all year.
yeah. He finally got out last game. Of course, it's when I put Fournette in my lineup that they say, "Go ahead, Jones."
I dropped Jones like 6 weeks ago, so I'm not really too worried about it.
All right, so now we'll move on. Panthers and Dolphins. This is another hard game, to be honest with you, man. Uh,
Yeah,
Carolina's -2.
coming into the season, I had more hopes for Miami. I thought Tua was going to have a strong year, and they had some pieces at wide receiver that would help them, like Will Fuller, who hasn't played at all.
Right.
Um, and then their defense, like I like their coach. They've been playing pretty hard. This game is this is a. I probably go with the Dolphins only because they're at home. I
You
still
know
don't
who I'm
trust.
rolling with.
I don't trust Cam Newton to throw the ball, and I know you love Tua.
Yeah.
So like I would pick the Dolphins, and I would definitely take them with the spread.
Yeah, same. I'm taking my boy Tua all day over Cam. Even though McCaffrey is a straight baller, dude, so I could see him taking over this game and winning. But uh, I'll take the Dolphins. And to your point, Mike, you got to understand, right? Like that, Flores took over the Dolphins, and they were a laughing stock of the league, man. And he's already got two in there, and they could easily finish with like 6 or 7 wins this year, which is a drastic improvement.
Not only that, Miami like gutted their team. They
Yeah.
literally traded everybody that they had, every good piece,
Yep.
and this coach came in with nothing, and they compete. They compete each week. So like, yeah, I have great respect. You and I've mentioned him a lot, and
He's a great coach.
he's a great coach. I'd be happy to have him at the helm.
Speaking of coaches, real quick, I'll get this in. Denver's actually looking at your defensive coordinator for some reason to replace our coaching staff.
Oh,
Trash!
That's-
Let me tell you, trash, trash, trash. If you fucking do that, Denver, I'm uninstalling as a fucking Bronco fan. Just so you know, I'm tired of this shit, man.
y'all heard it now. If this happens, Mayo's gonna burn that orange controller.
Fucking Broncos. Dude. Anyways, the only way I'd be okay with that is if we hired some like college coach who's up and coming on the RPO as our offensive coordinator. That's the only way, and I would accept that as a possibility. But let's see here. Next game, we'll get into that another day. Titans Patriots.
Oh, I was gonna say, quick question. Did you happen to see the Ohio State game last weekend?
Yeah.
I've never seen two top 10 teams be completely different on the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Ohio State. Those of y'all who don't watch college football, Ohio State, I think they were the number 4 team in the country. We're up 49-0 at halftime against a top 10 team. I mean, that's him.
man.
That's embarrassing, man. Oh, that is embarrassing.
I keep
Sorry.
telling you, every time they need to just gut college football as it is and say everybody's in the SEC now.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you.
all right, Titans Patriots. We got New England -7, dude.
Whew. I know the Titans came off with the stinker last week, and do you know if Julio Jones is playing? I think he's out still.
He's on IR on my team, so I imagine he's not playing.
Yeah. If he's on IR, then
And we know you bought this for me, babe. All right, I already explained that in the beginning. You weren't here.
I did. We did. He thanked you for it. This is a tough one. The Patriots they've been rolling, right? They've been rolling all week. They are at home. They hadn't actually played that well at home. The Titans came off a stinker, but my gut tells me the Titans will have a bounce back game and win this game, and Mac Jones will kind of have a falling down from his high horse that he's on right now.
Yeah, I'm taking Titans. I've been riding with the Titans, so Titans, and I'll take them. You give me
plus 7?
Dude?
Yeah, you give me +7? Yeah,
I'll
and
take that all day.
I'll buy that half point and be like, yeah, go ahead, try to beat me by a touchdown.
Yeah. So, good luck, New England. Let's see what you're about now. You got somebody good on your schedule, so.
I will say, for those of y'all who watched last week, I suggested to pick up Foreman as your Titans running back. I did not expect them to get the ball to Adrian Peterson 10 times
And then
cut him. And then cut him. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
I don't know what they're doing over there at running back, man. They
Ugh.
got to get something together over there.
Running back carousel over there. Derrick Henry, you are running back god.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish you
respect it.
recovery. I need to see you back on the field.
100%.
Ugh.
All right, now Eagles Giants. Eagles -3.5. Giants at home.
Well, unfortunately, we work with somebody who is a Giants fan. I feel bad for him every time I mention the New York Giants. They just – part of me thinks they actually could win this game now because they fired Jason Garrett, the clapper. He's one of the worst offensive coordinators. I've watched him for 10 years.
Yeah.
He's done some stupid shit. But I'm going to pick the Eagles. The Eagles are the better team on paper. They're playing well the last 2 weeks. The Giants, I think they're just going to tank the rest of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw this or not, but remember when I posted on TikTok how horrible Jacksonville's play calling was?
Yeah.
So, New York, I saw a video this morning, and it was even worse, Mike. They had three receivers in the middle of the field running into each other on the same route. And
Yes.
I was like, how did Jason Garrett even have a job in the NFL at this point, dude? Like, it feels so bad for that team and that quarterback. Like, Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, man. I don't care what anybody says, dude. He is a good quarterback. But his coaching is just so bad, and his defense is horrible. So,
You know, I it's hard. I can't really judge Daniel Jones, right? He's constantly had a carousel running back at receiver, offensive coordinator. Like I understand he's got all the tools.
right.
He can make all the throws, and the thing is he has these mishaps. Like I saw in this last game, he made a stupid throw and literally threw it straight to the Tampa Bay defensive end.
Yeah,
Like
so when he's down like that, I get it. Like, he does force things to try and come back, but you have to look at it like this, right? He's had a joke of a coaching staff, a joke of a defense. He does have weapons, but they're never healthy. And
yes, yes,
he still somehow always has the Giants in the middle of the pack, even with all that trash. And he always has way more touchdowns than he does turnovers. So I would definitely take Daniel Jones on my team, but
I
um,
I am very impressed with the speed, and I wish they had gave him a little more opportunities to run, especially if he did an RPO with Barkley and him.
yeah,
Like I think
if
that
Barkley
would,
could stay healthy.
yeah. That's another one, and like he's had some freak injuries. I'm like, oh, the ankle turn, the ACL,
Sad,
unfortunately,
man.
yeah, it's been bad.
So
Oh, so
I'm taking
we're
the
both in
Eagles.
agreement.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles on this.
Yeah,
I'm big on the Eagles right now. I really think that the Eagles, shockingly, I have them coming up and maybe taking the division on Dallas. So uh, I'll even take them
so
-3.5.
that's saying something because I think I had Dallas winning 11 games. So the Eagles would have to win. Let's see, there's 11 games. They'd have to win their next 6 games, right,
Mm-hmm.
to make it.
Well, they're
So
3 games behind y'all, but I think have y'all played each other once yet?
yeah, we have
Okay, and who won that game?
Cowboys.
Okay, so then they'd have to win the next head-to-head against y'all, and the Cowboys would have to find a way to lose 2 games between now and then, and the Eagles would have to win out. But I think the Eagles actually have the easier schedule remaining.
They do,
Yeah,
but to go 5-1 or even 6-0, and technically be 8-0, that's hard to do in the NFL.
yeah.
So um, I totally get your point, and I see them because they're starting to get their rhythm, especially on the offensive end, and they're gonna be a team that nobody wants to play, right? They're
Yeah,
gonna be that team that they're dangerous.
they'll be a playoff contender probably. Saying they'll win the division is a big limb that I'm just stepping on, but I feel like if the Cowboys don't get it together, dude, you could lose to the Raiders this week, and
That's true.
then you can, before you know it, you got 5 losses and you're playing the Eagles and it's for the division. So then we got Falcons, Jaguars, and Atlanta's -2.5.
This is a game I wouldn't want to touch either. Like Jacksonville, we've already gone over it. Oh man, I don't think Rev's in here, but I'm sorry, man. They got a lot of work to do. They are at home. I think the Falcons have a better road record than they do a home record.
Yeah,
Um, I'm probably going to take the Falcons. They the defense actually showed up last week. I don't expect the offense to have 3 straight weeks of clunkers. Jacksonville defense isn't that great, so I see Matt Ryan having a solid game, and then the Falcons winning and covering the spread.
so I'm gonna typical male asterisk this game. If Patterson plays, I'm taking the Falcons. If Patterson does not play, I'm taking the Jaguars.
All right. I can see that.
Because I saw firsthand how the Falcons' offense is without Cordell Patterson, and it is ass. So I will take the Jaguars if Patterson doesn't play.
Gotcha.
Um, and I'll take the spread the same way. Like if Jacksonville plays, I'll take it. Jacksonville 2.5. If Patterson doesn't play, I'll take Atlanta minus 2.5 or whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Then we got Jets, Texans, and Houston is minus 2.5. Good
This game's gonna be ugly, right?
Fucking
This,
disgusting.
yeah, I don't even like. It's on CBS. CBS should be like, nah, let's put something else on. Let's have the dog walking competitions instead of this game.
And you can't even look at the quarterbacks like you can sometimes and go, oh, well, I'll take the vet because it's Tyrod Taylor and Joe Flacco.
Yeah, two
So,
backup quarterbacks.
yeah.
They've been backup quarterbacks for a long time now.
Yeah.
Uh, Man, and then like the Texans, they literally they traded for Johnson, right? We talked about this before. Then they benched him, and then they cut the guy that they benched him for, and then they brought in another guy who they also cut that they were playing, trying to play him for. So like, I don't know what they're
And
doing.
then they have their best running back, Philip Lindsay, who doesn't get any touches. So
Oh no, they cut him. That was the one I was mentioning. They cut him this week.
they cut
So
Philip Lindsay?
Yeah, so I totally like. I'm waiting to see if the Titans pick him up because I go, oh man, that'd be a
dude.
steal. That'd be good for them,
Yeah.
and he'd be great in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've been watching every day to see if Lindsay's been picked up on the team. I wish I didn't say this out loud to you because I know you're a big fan of his.
Yeah, I don't have room for him on my team. So
I didn't know if you had multiple leagues. I didn't know if you were in multiple leagues.
Extra stacked in our league, dude, but they can't stay healthy, man. It's like every week I'm pulling somebody in off free agency to put in there and cross my fingers.
Yeah, speaking of healthy, like there's not a lot of health on both of these teams.
No.
The Jets are without their starting quarterback. Their starting running back, their rookie who looks promising,
He
Carter.
looked good too.
He's out this game. So I'm going to lean towards the Houston Texans. I never expected to say that after all year, but I'm gonna pick the Texans. At least they have Cooks. They still have Johnson who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Tyrod could run a little bit. I'll take them, and I'll take the spread.
Yeah, I'll take Texans because I like Tyrod, man. So sorry, Tyrod or Fluco, but I like Tyrod more than you. So let's let Mr. Tyrod handle his business, and I'll take the Texans. You know what I would do in this game, though, to be honest with you, Mike? I would take the Texans minus 10. Because that's probably like plus 500.
Oh, that'd be a good bet because
Yeah.
I could totally see them winning this game at home. Because the Jets, I think they had that one fluke win in the last last 5 games. They look like the team that we thought they would be.
Yeah.
Now they're the worst rush defense in football. I see the Texans controlling this game.
Yep. So that'd probably be a good little risky bet for you if you wanted to do it. But let's move to Chargers Broncos.
Oh, take this one away.
Let's take Chargers minus 2.5. Denver's at home. I love Denver, but y'all really got to stop showing up and cheering, man, because it's not good right now, and y'all giving this team like false idol. Like they're actually good. Here's another thing though that makes me worried about this game. The NFL flexed the Broncos Chiefs matchup to Sunday night next week.
Oh man.
So why are they doing that? Maybe Denver wins this game, and if they can beat the Chiefs, they're back in the division spot, and they want us on prime time. That's the only reason why I'm sitting here going, this is iffy. But I'm gonna lean with the Broncos sucking dick like they normally do, and I'm gonna take the Chargers here.
I also would take the Chargers on this bet, or for this pick.
Minus 2.5, it seems like.
It's a little low.
Yeah, like that's
for a Charger team that put
Chargers, dude.
So I get it. They're on the road. Denver typically plays tough at home. Denver's chance in this game to me comes down to their, the trenches.
Yeah.
The Chargers, I've spoken all year, have really troubled stopping the run. The Broncos they have some solid backs. They can run the ball, and if the defensive front for Denver can slow down the running game for the Chargers, they could win this game. But my money's still on the Chargers.
I think this game will be close, but look for Mr. Fangio to do some stupid coaching decision like he always does, and Denver lose this game. So I'll even text Mike and be like, "There it is. There's the second decision," and then we'll lose the game. So we'll move. Sorry, Denver. You're my team, and I would pick you every day if I could, but I just am not a believer right now.
Instead of texting me, what you should do is record it and put it on your TikTok and send it to all your Bronco fans.
Yeah, there you go. There's your play.
Yeah, there's your play. There's your coaching decision right there.
All right, next game.
I'm gonna start doing that for Mike McCarthy. Every time he does something stupid, I'm gonna send it to you. And be like, what was that bullshit? What was he thinking?
All right, sounds fun.
McCarthy just looks lost half the time when he's like, should I call timeout? I don't know. Let me contemplate that.
No, look, nobody is worse at clock management than Mr. Andy Reid. So.
Well, Andy Reid is pretty bad, but he's like, nah, it's cool, man. We could throw the ball for 400 yards. We'll get there.
30 seconds. Don't worry.
Yeah. That's him. But right behind him was Jason Garrett, man. Jason Garrett did not know how to stop the clock.
Yeah, he was just a bad coach in general, though. So
all right, let's go. Let's transition to probably one of the best games of the week: the Rams versus the Packers. The Rams, they're coming in kind of struggling, right? They lost their last two games. They lost Robert Woods, who's a really good possession receiver, and they're playing a Green Bay team who just came off I would call it a heartbreaking loss because it was the division loss to the Vikings. They could have won that game. They should have won that game as far as being the favorites. This is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I know Rodgers has a fractured toe, but I mean, let me tell you, throwing off a bad toe does hurt like hell. Because all pitchers and stuff like that, they'll tell you it's bad, but you can wear a special shoe, protect yourself. Rodgers will be fine. Yeah. He'll be okay. Who do you got?
I'm going to take the Rams.
You're going to take the Rams at Lambeau?
Yeah. I just feel like they're a better team overall, and I don't think Aaron Jones is playing still. So if they had Aaron Jones, I might question myself, but if you're coming out here with Dillon,
yeah,
I don't see a problem with the Rams stopping the running game. And I've said this once, and I'll say it again, as good as Aaron Rodgers is, if he cannot run the ball, he's not that great. So,
and that's the case for a lot of quarterbacks, right? Yeah. You need to run the ball to, help your quarterback out, especially when you got young quarterbacks. So, I think the previous podcast we talked about the Chargers and the Colts, they ran the ball. And then we talked about running the ball and how it bodes well for your offense and defense because your defense isn't on the field as much. Yeah. So let me get back to saying, run the damn ball, all right? I know you coaches love all these damn, gadget plays and love throwing the ball 50 times a day. You know what? If you're going to throw the ball, throw a damn screen, all right? Or a flat to your running back.
Andy Reid, man.
Oh, man, I'm so sick of it.
There's not another Andy Reid, okay?
Yeah.
Just back up a little bit.
Give me 4 yards of play, all right?
Even the Rams,
take the time of position.
Look what happened when you ran the ball a lot, Sean McVay. You made it to the Super Bowl. And you lost, but you made it there.
At the time, they had one of the best talents in the NFL running back.
But they still have, Henderson's pretty good, man. So
he's good.
Run the ball.
I really wish Akers was still was healthy on this team because I think they would be dangerous.
Yeah.
So you're picking the Rams. I'm only picking the Rams because I picked them as my Super Bowl pick. I think it was between them or the Cardinals, and this is a must win for me. They need to win this game to show that they're for real. They want home field advantage. They're coming off a 2-game losing streak. This is huge. If you beat Green Bay in Lambeau in November, that's a huge win. I'm interested to see what Stafford does with Odell after 2.5 weeks of practice. Yeah, so let's see if they have better chemistry.
Practice?
One of the greatest rants in NBA history. Allen Iverson right there.
All right, Vikings Niners. Niners -3 at home.
Ooh.
I got
So
a
when you
feeling
and
we're
I,
gonna differ on this one.
yeah, I am too. You and I talked about this game when we saw the lineup, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, I think this one is one of those. I could see either team winning. The Vikings all year have been close games. Um, in fact, I'm going to let you pick. I just want to check the Vikings like games real quick.
Yeah. I just want to make sure Cook is playing, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings here. So, all right. People always sleep on the Vikings, just like last week, man. It Nobody picked the Vikings, dude. 82% of the bets were on Green Bay for that game. You can't.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
You cannot. The Vikings. I know they're 5-5, but they've been in every single game, man. And I really don't think San Francisco is going to be able to come out here and say, we're going to bully you and ram the ball down your throat. The Vikings D line is too good for that. So if the Vikings can take away the run game, then guess
Does
what?
Griffin not playing this week deter your thing on the defensive line for the Vikings?
I mean, Everson Griffin's probably one of the best players in the NFL, but I still feel like their linebackers can cover that. So I'll still take the Vikings.
So yeah, I looked at the Vikings schedule. They beat the Packers by 3. They beat the Chargers by 7. They lost to the Ravens by 3. They lost to the Cowboys by 4. They beat the Panthers by 6. They beat the Lions by 2. Like they play games
Every game is
so
good.
close. Like it's insane. They lost to the Bengals by 3 the opening season, and they lost to the Cardinals by 1.
Yep.
Uh, I it's this game is really hard for me because I know the talent that the Vikings have, especially on the offensive side of the ball, and their defense is night and day better than it was last year. This team on paper should be a playoff team. I think part of the issue that they have is
Their division
Cousins doesn't always step up.
Their
The
division's
division
good.
stuff, and I'm not a huge big fan on Zimmer being a coach. I think he's pretty good as a defensive coordinator, but he's made some weird
It's
choices as
unfortunate
a coach.
because a couple ball bounces, like you legitimately, you could say that for him. A couple ball bounces a different way, dude. They could have won a Super Bowl, even man. They and honestly, they could be right now. They could have 2 losses with a couple of ball bounces a different way. So,
Yep.
um, people sleep on them. I am not a believer in the 49ers. I feel like they have been beating bad teams, and I feel like they caught the Rams off guard. And everybody's overhyping them, and I don't even see them being a playoff team. So I got the Vikings here.
This I also picked the Vikings. I think the Vikings have the better weapons, especially on the offensive end. I have Jefferson on my fantasy team, and I put him on the
Yeah.
bench, which was the dumbest thing. Like I had him play every single game. I'm not going to doubt that man again. Uh, he's not Randy Moss, but he's like the second coming of Randy Moss for that team. He's
And I
like,
had the Titans defense against Mike, and they got 0 points, and then my kicker got 1 point.
whew, yep, that's rough. That's rough.
I was like, "Are y'all serious? You're playing the Texans and you get 0 points?"
That
Yeah,
that's that. I'm pretty sure that's why Vegas has the Titans as a 7-point
a
dog.
dog. Yeah, because
Yeah,
of that game.
that was just such a stinker. I'm going to take the Vikings too,
You gonna take them +3?
especially
Also,
with the spread. Yeah,
yeah,
I want the spread. That's great.
yeah.
They're the
So
underdog. I think that they keep games close. I would buy 1 point. I would make it or half a point. I'd
yeah.
make it 3.5.
So Mike knows I already bet on them this week. So straight up, um, I normally bet on the Vikings straight up because they're always a dog, and it's always like double your money. So
Yeah, I really like when you're looking at an underdog and that's what the Bengals were for the very first half of the year.
yeah,
They were a dog and they were competitive and they were either winning the game or losing close.
they won us a lot
And
of money.
so like I picked the Bengals a lot. And I do that with the NBA too. When you have that underdog that's could be a favorite, I like to lean with them.
Detroit has cost us a lot of money this season, but they did win us money last week. So
Woo woo! Detroit 0-9-1. About
So
to be 0-10-1.
we'll move to Browns and Ravens, our favorite game of the week, probably. So
Yeah,
this is
this is the Baker Mayfield game, right?
yep.
If he comes out and win this game, there'll be a lot less people like myself saying he's I don't think he's trash, but I don't think he's like I said, I don't
He's
think he's top
average.
10. Yeah, I think he's just an average quarterback. If he could step up and win this game at Baltimore, this would be huge for him. He got booed last week at home. He made some bad throws. I know he made some good ones that receivers dropped, and I give him credit. He's playing hurt,
Yeah.
and you can tell he's hurt. His shoulders messed up, his knees messed up.
He's
He's
playing
not
with a
the
torn labrum.
yeah. He's not moving like he normally does, and that does totally affect the throwing. So
Oh
like,
yeah, 100%.
but I respect him coming out knowing that hey, I'm still better than our backup quarterback, so
Yeah,
I give us a better chance to win.
that case is all right, but Baker.
I,
Honestly, I think Baker needs this season, dude. Like everybody's riding for his head. If he were to come out and sit out, and the Browns don't make the playoffs,
yeah,
I feel like his time is going to be almost over, which is probably a good thing for me because I would want Denver to get him, but
they won't.
yeah, they won't. So
No,
the Denver.
you're looking at Baker Mayfield, the new starting quarterback for the Houston Texans
Hey, that'd be better than what they got now.
right now. So I already know where you're leaning towards on this game. I'm sure you're going with the Browns.
I am. I'm gonna pick the Browns, Baker. I'm gonna ride with you, man. I've been riding with you, and I've never been a believer in Lamar. So I need you to win this football game for me. Okay.
So this one is more of a Mike and Mayo type thing because I was saying, hey, Lamar was coming out, having a good year.
Yeah.
He's putting up numbers he did like his MVP season. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. I'm still skeptical because like I was like, oh, Nick Chubb's back, Kareem Hunt's back. Those are really good weapons for the Browns,
But let
but
it be
I don't
known.
believe in Mayfield.
Let it be known here, okay, that Cleveland could lose this game still. Then they have a bye, and then they play Baltimore again. So I will be picking them both times. As long as he wins one of them motherfuckers, he should be
Yeah,
okay.
so typically in the NFL, it's really hard to beat your division foe twice.
Yeah.
So like whoever wins this one, I'm probably gonna flip for the next one. So that's how it'll go for my next bet. But I'm gonna pick the Ravens.
Cleveland on both of them, but
Yeah,
they need both of them to be honest. If they could win both of them, then
they're front
first
runners for the
place.
division.
They're
Yeah,
first place.
yeah, for sure. If they win this, they put themselves right where they want to be.
Yep.
Especially 2 games against the Ravens are still the top seed in the division, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is huge. This stretch of football kind of determines the future of the Cleveland Browns.
So-
They're either going to make the playoffs off this run, or they're not, and Baker might be gone.
Really, we're only different on 2 games this week: Steelers, Bengals, and Browns, Ravens.
Yeah.
Unless
I was
night's different.
I'm picking the Redskins. I picked against
Really?
them. Yeah, I picked against them like 3 straight times, and it made me look like a fool. And I was picking them for those other games for the spread because I was like, oh, they'll play competitively. I like their quarterback.
Yeah,
I like
me
their
too,
quarterback. I like how I like their number one receiver. Their running game is decent. They got some good complimentary backs as far as like catching out of the backfield and some jet sweeps and stuff. But the Washington's defense has slowly gotten better. It's still not good, not what it was last year, but it has
It's been
improved
pretty-
enough
yeah.
to where they're not getting blown out and they're winning games now. So I'm going to pick the Redskins.
You know, a big part of their defense, I want to give a shout out here to one of Denver's offseason signings is Darby, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
He got him from Washington, and I wasn't expecting anything from him, but he's been our best corner this year. And
Yeah.
Washington really misses him, man. So that's kind of impressive how good he's been.
It's
People-
just hard. It's just hard to pick for Seattle, man. They've looked really bad for the last 3 to 4 weeks. They don't look like a good football team.
Yeah, Denver fans will overhype PS2 and say he's been our best corner, but it's been Darby. Sorry.
As I told Mayo, PS2 sold the most units ever, so they should ride with that.
That's his nickname.
Yeah, get the PlayStation jersey on him.
We got Seahawks, Washington. I'm going to take Seattle, so we're definitely in 3 games. And I
Okay.
think Russell Wilson's been hearing all the noise about how he's done, and Pete Carroll too. And I just feel like this is a perfect chance for them to come out and get a win and say, "What was all that y'all was talking about?" And then lose the next 3 games, and then they can.
I can see this being Pete Carroll's last year.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
And you know what?
Good ride, man.
I have no fault of it. Yeah, he's been one of the better coaches in both the college football landscape and the NFL.
There's
Like,
very few who've done that. So
yeah, he's going to Hall of Fame no matter what.
Yep.
So his players love him for the most part, and like he just seems like a player's coach, right?
Yep.
So
I'll take him in Denver any day, man.
yeah, but he's up there now, 70 years old. It's gone through a lot
for Seattle to rebuild, man. Like,
yeah, they need a fresh start.
yeah. So, but I'll take Seattle in this one. As much as I love my that quarterback, man, I just feel like Russell Wilson is gonna have one of his good games this week.
Yeah, I like Russell Wilson. I'm hoping that Washington rises momentum and then does what they normally do, choke at some point at the end of the year and lose the division.
5-5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is now, 17 games. What would it be?
9-7 or 9-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 9-7. Yeah, that's probably the thing.
No, it'd be 9-8 this year.
Oh, because 17 games.
But,
That's right.
They'll go 8-9.
Yeah.
The same as Denver, sadly, so we can get a nice middle of the pack pick and fuck ourselves.
You know, that's like most of the NFL if you look at it though. Almost all of them are in that middle pack range.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
what I'm saying. Denver needs to start losing some games here, and we can drop down and get a top 10 pick, man.
You can get top 6 if you just lost like 3 in a row.
We only got to worry about like a few teams have 2 or 3 wins, like the Giants and the Jets.
Giants, Jets, both, and the Texans all have 2 wins. Oh, sorry, the Giants and the Jets and the Texans have 2 wins. The Giants have.
And I think the Bears have like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, the Bears have 4 and the Lions have 0. We forgot about the Lions because we always forget about the Lions.
They're number 1, so
yeah.
Look,
like even if the Lions win out for the rest of the season, which won't happen, they'll still get a top 10 pick.
Kind of why I'm picking Seattle on the low key, Mike, is that they have 3 wins and I need them.
I totally get that.
All right, man. So those are our picks for this week, guys. That'll be it for the show today. I'm not sure when we'll be back. Maybe Friday or Saturday. We'll talk some basketball. Talk about the
basketball
Thursday games.
Talk about LeBron throwing a punch. It wasn't really a punch, but
it's still dirty. I'm disappointed in that man right now.
I respected Stewart for standing his ground and going after LeBron because, I'm like, ooh. I've seen
like that at me. I'm beating his ass too.
I've seen a lot of players who would retaliate with the player turn with their back, and that thing I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Except Joker. Joker,
that wasn't behind the back. You hit him first, and then you turned around.
No, that's what I mean. Like Joker, I'm cool with what he did because that was a nasty shot that could have tore Joker's knee, and plus multiple things. And then Morris just had the audacity to turn around and be like, "What?" And then
got knocked
boom, yeah.
I just want to say too, if you're in the NBA, dude, you really shouldn't mess with a Slovakian. Like his brothers will kill you, man. That's not a game, dude.
I think they made a Twitter page and just started trolling him, saying, "Yeah, bring it. We'll take you and your brother on."
That's not what you want, man.
No. The NBA's been interesting this year. I can't wait to talk about it on Friday. I think some of the rule changes has really helped with the NBA's game, make it more enjoyable for us.
Yeah.
The James Harden is not getting his 20 free throws a game because he's flopping.
Thank God.
Dame's had some issues because he's trying to flop into threes and that ain't happening. So, like, I think it's good for the game.
Yep, me too.
But it has caused some volatile action in the NBA. I don't know what that is, but I've seen more fights this year than I've seen in the last 5.
It's real competitive this year too, so it's good to see.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk to you about it. I had some questions about the Denver Nuggets because they had another injury.
Yeah.
So this should be a good show.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all then. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, heart, share everything on social media.
Have a great Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
everybody. Enjoy your time with your family and some good food.
Appreciate everybody. Have a good one.
Have a good one.